Hey y'all, this is Jeremiah, pastor at Centennial ARP. Thanks for tuning in for today's devotional. We find ourselves in John chapter 3, verse 30. Words from John the Baptist regarding Jesus Christ. He must increase, but I must decrease. This past week, I had an injury. I tweaked my back, and it forced me into the bed for quite some time. Thankfully, the Lord blessed, and just with regular over-the-counter medicine and things like that, I was able to get back up on my feet, even to be able to preach this last Sunday. However, it got me thinking while I was laying there about self-preservation. If I got out of that bed to help Rebecca, my wife, with our 3 children, in all likelihood, I would put myself in the bed for even longer. I needed to self-preserve. And as I was a bit frustrated and thinking through the appropriateness of self-preservation, this Bible verse came to mind, because there is a right way to self-preserve. Like, for instance, if you have a back injury and you need to rest your back for a little while, that you might get back up and continue on. But there is also a wrong way to self-preserve. And as I have prayed and thought, and with this verse coming to mind, John the Baptist's words, this season may be drawing out in us, God's people, the wrong kind of self-preservation. John the Baptist had been doing a ministry. He had been making way for the coming Lord. All who had truly listened to him knew that. And yet, John the Baptist, as a proclaimer, had with him a following. And it's that following that is talking to him when John the Baptist speaks, because they are seeing this Jesus come, and this Jesus has followers, and more than that, he seems to have more followers. People are flocking to him instead of John the Baptist, and they go to John as followers of him and say, hey, we've got to do something. This Jesus has way more followers than you. And John the Baptist takes that opportunity to correct them. Rather than self-preserving his ministry, he sees what the Lord is doing and sacrifices himself for the glory of the Lord. And he sums it up in a beautiful way. He, that is the Lord Jesus, must increase, but I must decrease. This is a thought that I hope you might latch on to today and as we continue in this COVID-19 season. Has this season brought out the bad kind of self-preservation for you? What does your interaction with your family look like? Maybe you're one of the ones working from home. Maybe that connection with your family in your mind and in your heart is something that you're getting frustrated about because you're unable to fulfill the duties at your workplace, which is now your home place. Maybe you're one of the ones who has lost your job, and that frustration is welling up as you're seeking to self-preserve. Maybe it's coming out on your family or on your friends, or maybe it's coming out on yourself. Are you falling into destructive tendencies where we would think of them as self-preservation? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I just need to maybe have a drink now. It's just one more Facebook post. I'm just going to be on social media for a little bit longer. How much have you been pouring into some of these isolating things where you think, oh no, it's very social, but in reality, you're seeking to escape the present place that you are? What kind of self-preservation pieces are you putting into place? Is it good or is it bad? Can you use this Bible verse, he must increase, but I must decrease? Are you, in your current actions during this season, allowing the Lord to increase wherever you are, in your family or in your workplace or in your with your friends? Or are you the one who is increasing and is the Lord decreasing? It's an important concept to think through, one that can lead us on a path of salvation and righteousness, or just as easily a path of destruction if we choose wrongly and if we think wrongly during this time. Allow this season to be one where we point ourselves to the Lord Jesus. He must increase, but I must decrease.